So I'm going to show you a couple of super useful HE grenades on every single map for CS2, starting off with Mirage. So not all of these are going to be to damage the enemy. This one in particular is to break this mid smoke. So if you come right here into this corner and look at this little plank, on kind of the left-hand side of it, you can do a right-click jump throw. It's going to go on the outside of the window, not damage you, and allow you to peek and kill anyone standing out here and pushing up mid. And of course, if you're ever stuck behind this smoke, right after you molly off the default plant position, you can then just take 1 to 2 steps with an HE to just fully obliterate this default position while they're chunking in the Molotov, just as you can see right here. Moving on to Vertigo, this is an example of a map that has a ton of fantastic spots to throw HE grenades. For example, if you come right into this corner right here at the beginning of the round and do a jump throw at this little notch in the wood, that is going to pop through here and destroy anyone running up to peek mid out of T-spawn. It catches the timing to where if they're running up straight off spawn, it's going to hit them directly in the face. And as a T, you can counter any of that mid-aggression by just simply doing a run throw with an HE off the bottom of this I-beam to where it's going to hit anyone standing out here, maybe throwing this molly or just kind of running up for an early peek. And if you ever realize that someone's gone behind that box there, you can come into this corner and do a jump throw with an HE at the top right corner of this large square here. It's going to pop right off the top and do about 40 to 50 damage depending on where they're standing behind this position. And moving on to Anubis, I would say the most important HE to learn is to come right here into this corner, look down at this little slit here in the bricks, and you're going to do a run jump throw the second you start to hit the steps. So you're just going to aim right here and do a run jump throw. That's going to go all the way up here and land right at the bottom of T stairs to where it's going to obliterate anyone either going for a cave peek or just trying to run towards A early. A great way to deal with the early mid smoke from the CT side is you come right here into this corner and you can do a simple right click throw with a grenade. You go from this corner of the box all the way up to the tip of the ledge and do a right click jump throw. This HE is going to go all the way up and give you full visibility of mid, but it's not going to make any sound whatsoever. It's not going to give them a full sound cue, so it's better than just right clicking an HE to where they're going to hear that and then start expecting it, right? If someone's up here, they may not, if they hear that click, they're going to aim at it, right? So it's good to have a nice surprise to where it makes no sound before the HE pops. For Inferno, I would say my favorite grenade to throw is by coming right here to the left of this statue and just doing a jump throw at the bottom left hole in this tarp to where it's going to bank off the top and go all the way down here right in front of car. Another great HE is if you're ever stuck behind this smoke, you can go into this corner right here, aim at this little ledge, and do a shift walk run throw the second your crosshair hits this part of the roof. So you're going to go right here and release, and that's going to go all the way up and pop right on top of Nubox, doing a ton of damage to anyone standing back here. And finally, you can absolutely obliterate the planter on A by just jumping right on the ledge of this little red mailbox, finding the right side of this lamp and bringing your crosshair down to this black spot here along the wall. So just right down here and doing a simple left click throw. That's going to go all the way up here, and anyone planning in default is just going to get obliterated by this HE grenade. While there's not a ton of good HE opportunities on Nuke, I do like throwing this from time to time. You get stuck into this corner right here, and just up and to the left of this little bolt here on the light, you just do a simple left click throw with an HE, and that's going to go all the way up here and destroy anyone sitting right here on Marshmallow, like if they're about to peek, or if they're actively peeking, that's going to go right into their face and do 45 to 50 damage. Pretty solid HE. If you want to throw that from back here, maybe you're fighting outside and you know someone's up there, you can just go right along this corner and just left click at this little dot right here at the top of the wall. It's going to do about the same thing, but maybe even a little bit better. It's going to hit right in their face. So this is a really cool trick I learned from Floppy on Complexity. If the CTs have smoked off this area here outside of Squeaky, if you have a teammate outside, he can left click throw an HE grenade up from this little ring here into the center of this window, and any teammates that you have inside the smoke, they're going to be able to see and push out into a site just like this and clear out these angles. If you ever want to pop through Squeaky, this is a fantastic HE to throw. As you can see here, boom, so much visibility to push out with. Moving on to Overpass, whenever I'm trying to stop the plant, I like to go right here into this position, look at the top corner of the stairs, up to the trash can, and do a simple left click throw. That's going to destroy anyone standing right here and planting the bomb. As you can see, it's going to do right at 50 damage, 48 in that situation. And another great HE at the beginning of the round on CT that I like to throw is as I'm running up here, I will jump on top of this trash can, then jump off and send a grenade out through that bush where it lands down in that position there. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like right here. As you can see, the nade goes all the way down right into the entrance here of T stairs. And finally, if you come right on top of this little drain cover here, you can just stay crouched and just aim right into the divot right here and just do a simple left click throw. That's going to hit right here on top of default, and it's going to do right at 50 or 45 damage to anyone sitting here planting or just standing here and using it as cover. So So thanks to Austin CS for pointing this one out, but apparently whenever this smoke's down, a lot of pros have been coming up into this brick right here and doing a left and right click throw right up to where this tree kind of intersects with this plank. So left and right click throw to where it'll just go right over here on the other side, and it's going to create a little opening here to where if you have a teammate in the smoke on the left side, whenever it pops, it's not going to damage him, and he's able to get a ton of visibility on anyone jumping up here onto Snake. So everyone knows about either nading just close over here or nading right into this area, but if you've smoked this off and mollied it off, right, most of the terrorists are going to be sitting back behind the smoke, maybe waiting it out, right? So one great HE you can throw for that is you come to this little stone structure right here, look at the very top right of this fern, and do a shift walk run throw just like this. It's going to go all the way outside of that smoke and hit anyone right in the face that's standing outside of it just like this. So yeah, I hope all these HEs help you find a few extra rounds in your next CS2 Premier match. If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them down in the comments below because I love making videos that you guys like to see.